Our Lord wants us to have a genuine respect and reverence towards Him in the Holy Eucharist by making sure that we are in the state of grace before receiving Him in the Holy Communion. The Church lays down that anyone who is conscious of having committed a grave sin or who has any positive doubt on that score must go to confession before receiving Holy Communion. In the Gospel of Matthew says, therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar and remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. Go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gift. Missing Mass on Sunday or days of obligation out of laziness, giving priority to sport, shopping, or parties is a grave sin. Sexual sins such as adultery, fornication, masturbation, watching pornographic images either on social media or print media, having committed, participated, or encouraged anyone to procure abortion, murder, including killing of embryos, assisted killing, euthanasia, acts of violence, physical, verbal, or psychological abuse against a person is sinful. Grave injustices like corruption, unjust wages, retainment of wages, not paying one's debt, false accusation and testimony, being in possession of stolen goods, harboring hatred or deep anger towards someone, pride, greed, laziness, envy, sloth, and most of it using the name of God in vain, like swearing, are sinful. We are encouraged when we commit any mortal sin, whether a pope, bishop, priest, deacons, ministers of Eucharist, or a regular church member, please let us go fast and receive God's mercy and pardon in the Sacrament of Confession before receiving Him in the Holy Communion, by not doing so and proceeding to communion in the state of mortal sin. One would commit another sin, which is the sin of sacrilege. I am not discouraging reception of the Eucharist, but rather calling for deeper introspection and preparation. During the Last Supper, Jesus indicated the necessity of being clean and purified so as to take part with Him. Feet washing was part of their hospitality customs. It came after the bow, greeting, and a kiss. Water was provided so guests could wash their own feet. Feet washing was also a part of the religious preparations. In the book of Exodus, Aaron and his sons are to use the water to wash their hands and feet before they go into the tent or approach the altar to offer the food offering. Then they will not be killed. Washing symbolized cleansing oneself of the stain of sin. Priests were to purify themselves, which they do even today. Before the institution of the Holy Eucharist on Holy Thursday, Jesus washed His disciples' feet for two reasons. One, as an example of service. Two, Jesus was stating that unless their sins are washed away, then they can have no part with Him. Remember, Peter was insisting not to be washed by Jesus. And you know what Jesus told him. St. Paul repeats this teaching when he says, whoever eats the bread or drink the cup of the Lord in an unworthy manner will be guilty of profaning the body and blood of the Lord. By the way, did you know that the Church considers artificial contraception to be a grave sin? Natural family planning is the Church-approved approach to family planning that involves tracking the fertile and infertile phases in a woman's menstrual cycle, and can be used to plan when to achieve pregnancy.